No wonder we have so much sickness and disease in our culture. We're tying up our tongues and we're tying up our conscience, and we're afraid to offend one another. You know, that's how we get better. You know, that's how we derive in truth. When we can have legitimate dialogue and talk to one another and not take it to a federal case where the government starts making laws like hate crime laws. Bill S-1105 to be exact. Since when are we so wimpy as a people? This is not the American patriot mentality that built this nation. That we're so wimpy that we can't disagree.
All right.
That we have to shut up our neighbor if he's not saying what we want. That we have to tell some preacher he can't tell somebody that an immoral lifestyle is a sin. What's wrong with us? That we're so weak as a nation, so wimpy, so soft, that we can't even discuss our differences without turning it over to neo-federalists who can't wait. And the sad thing about it is, the Constitution never designed for our legislature and our executives to do what they're doing to this country. I defy the very act to try to pass hate crime, which will then eventually become hate speech. You hear people saying it all the time, that's hate speech. First of all, who made you psychic? How do you know what's in my heart? How do you know? So now we're interpreting people's consciences by the act they commit. You don't know. But everyone's saying it. And the more we say it, the more people believe that there's something called hate speech. I say this one more time. If you don't like what someone's saying, change the channel. Mr. Imus should not have been punished for what he said. Well, you're an African American. I can't believe you said that. Because I believe in freedom of speech. I believe that the Klan has a right to say they hate niggers.
All right.
Because they're Americans. If I don't like that, I can go down the road and not listen to it.
Right.
But I also have the right to say that Jesus Christ is the only way, the truth, and the life. Because I'm an American. Do you see what I'm trying to say here today? I have three major fears, and I'm almost done. And my first fear is that we have become so desensitized in our culture. And Oceana is upon us. And the ministers of truth and the ministers of love are deceiving us so much that we just don't care anymore. We're so caught up in playing the lottery and having empty dreams about being rich and prosperous.
That's right.
I know many millionaires. I've had the privilege to sit down with some very wealthy people. And every one of them will tell you, money does not make you happy. But it's the great deception that's distracting us from what's most important in our culture. And it's our ability to be free. So my first fear is that we don't care anymore. My second fear is that the battle for free speech is already lost.
All right.
That we have sat back so long as a people, Christians and exclusive people, who believe in only one religion and one God and one text, that we've sat back for so long that the battle for freedom of speech is lost already. And my third fear is that my first two fears are right. I'm afraid that I'm right. I intend to take this message of free speech to the White House. I'm not doing it for me.
All right.
I can speak anytime I want. I told you I have 2 churches and a radio broadcast, and could have more if I wanted. I'm doing this for you. I'm doing this for your neighbor. Believe it or not, I'm doing this for the Ku Klux Klan and the homosexual to be able to protest. I want everybody in this country to be able to say what they want to say in the public sector, and nobody be discriminated against for any reason whatsoever. And then let the principles of truth and justice and righteousness decipher at the end what is feasible for an effective country. Truth will prevail.